Geology by Parbin Singh, Engineering Geology, textbook of Engineering Geology by Parbin Singh. And I've got one more book called the Textbook of Engineering, Textbook of Geology by P.K. Mukherjee. Okay, and one more book called the Textbook of the Engineering Geology by Chennakeshabalu. So these three books I think are more than enough for you people. Okay, in addition to which I'm going to provide some notes to you people. So you can refer them also. Okay. Now, is there any doubt in the chapters that is being covered till now? If you have got any questions, you can have any queries at any point of time. Don't feel hesitated in asking many questions, because if you have got any questions or any doubts, you can definitely clarify it at any point of time. Keeping doubts in your mind, it's not a healthy habit. You have to clear your doubts at that time itself. Okay. So with this, I think we had discussed all these things. In the last class also, I had discussed on the uses of its parts and the hyoline group of minerals. Is it not? So today we are going to discuss on the new concept of the asbestos. Now, what is this asbestos? See, asbestos is a mineral which is usually fiber-like, or it is usually in the form of fibers itself. So what happens is, asbestos are formed by the metamorphism of a pre-existing mineral called amphibole. Okay, so there is a mineral called the amphibole. Yes, further we are going to discuss on the amphibole also. So amphibole are a group of minerals which under metamorphism gets converted into asbestos. So they are very soft and flexible, but it is very resistant to heat, electricity and corrosion. So this asbestos are certain group of minerals which are very resistant to heat, electricity and also the corrosion. Okay, so what happens is, these three qualities of resistance to heat, the electricity and also corrosion, these qualities makes this mineral very useful. Yes, this mineral has got a lot of applications, but also asbestos is also highly toxic. See, in olden days you can have seen that many of the houses were made of these asbestos sheets itself, AC sheets, asbestos cement sheets. I repeat, asbestos cement sheets. Okay, in pre ancient days, not too long ago, another 10 to 15 years back or 20 years back, if you go, you can see certain houses where the roofing were made of this asbestos cement sheets only. Now, a small piece of asbestos, if it goes into the blood, it has got the chances that the person may start developing leukemia. Okay, I repeat, person may start developing leukemia if it is prolonged into the blood, if it remains in the blood for a very long time. Asbestos, pure asbestos, if it remains in the blood for a very long time, then it has got the chances to cause leukemia, that is your blood cancer. Okay, now now you people will start wondering how this cancer may arise. See, certain people will not be having any habits or anything like that, but still that is left to their own issues. But sometimes you will come across people saying that this guy had no habits or anything like that, but still he has got cancer, because you might have seen that prolonged exposure of this asbestos will have affection, or it affects the lungs and the respiratory organs. Okay, so lungs and the respiratory disorders, certain times the lungs and the respiratory disorders are formed from this asbestos itself. So asbestos, pure asbestos is a very good insulator. What do you mean by insulator? Anything which does not allow heat and electricity to pass through it. Okay, so wood is also known to be an insulator because it doesn't allow the heat and electricity to pass through it. Whereas iron is a good conductor of heat and electricity. That's why if you are repairing, if you do repairs on electric chairs, the chances of getting shocks are more than you are standing on a wooden table. Okay, so that's why this asbestos is used in the manufacture of cloths, the paper, the cement, the plastics, and also the other materials which make them stronger. Now, cloths. What sort of cloths are being deployed? See, there is something called fireproof jackets. The fireproof jackets which are worn by the fire station people, the fire station fire guards. The fire guards who work for the fire stations, they put on a jacket on them, okay, which is a long slender jacket. Okay, that jacket is usually made up of asbestos only. And also in the manufacture of paper, you know that certain papers are known to be very strong enough, not strong that you cannot say that it will hold anything like that, but paper should be strong enough. So that's why in the manufacture of paper also the asbestos is being used. Yes, in the manufacture of cement, asbestos is also used as a byproduct to make the cement stronger, and also the plastic, and also the other materials which are very stronger. Okay, so then coming to the general physical properties of this asbestos, the general physical properties are, this is found in the form of fibers. Yes, it is only found in the form of fibers. It will be in the form of slender fibers only. So the color is white, gray, and sometimes it will be in the form of green color also. Okay, white and gray are the usual varieties, but some varieties from which are reported from your Hoda Narsipura. There's one hill called Enne Hode Ranganbetta in Hoda Narsipura, where it is known as a geological museum. Okay, we get you can see all sorts of minerals in that area. Okay, so that area is known to produce the green color asbestos also. You may get sometimes you will get the green color asbestos. Okay, so then coming to the streak, it is colorless in streak. It doesn't give any color, so the diaphanate is opaque. It is not neither transparent nor translucent, but it is rather than opaque because no current and electricity, no light can pass through it. And also luster is silky, which means to say it is in the form of silk, very soft. It is in the form of silk that is very soft. So yes, cleavages are present and fracture is uneven with hardness of 5 to 5.6. Specific gravity is medium and the chemical composition is hydrosilicate of magnesium and aluminium. MgAl OH SiO 3 OH thrice. Okay, so it is used in the manufacture of insulation, for insulation purposes, in the paints, and also as a lubricant. Okay, so this is how actually asbestos looks. So you can see the slender thin fibers like the asbestos. So this asbestos variety is known to be highly toxic. A small amount of asbestos, even if it goes into the blood, even if small amount of this asbestos goes into this blood, then it is known to cause leukemia, that is blood cancer. Okay, so you can see how it is in the form of slender wires or thin wires. It is in the form of thin fibers. Okay, so this is what the asbestos sheets which I was speaking of. You might have seen this kind of sheets, asbestos cement sheets, which was being deployed to cover their roofs. Certain houses in parts of Karnataka and even in some parts of India also, in parts of Tamil Nadu, you can see this type of sheets were being deployed to cover their roofs in ancient days, not too old, rather than 20 years ago. Okay, so this kind of sheets were being usually used. Okay, so coming to the important uses of asbestos, very important use of asbestos is the fireproofing. So what is this fireproofing? Actually, fireproofing means you might have seen that certain objects are made fireproof so that it will never catch fire very easily. Okay, usually the theaters where you sit and watch the movies, okay, they are known to be fireproofed because the interior walls should be fireproof, because even if small amount of electricity generates sparks or anything like that, then it should not cause damage, so that many people will be inside the film theaters, is it not? So in cases of fireproofing, this asbestos is typically used. In case of fireproofing, this asbestos is typically used. One more is the fireproof jackets. Yes, what is this fireproof jackets? Fireproof jackets are the jackets which are especially used by certain people who work against the fire. I repeat, people who work against the fire. Now, who are those people who work against the fire? You know that the fire guards, that is fire engine officers, fire extinguishers, those persons are the ones who work against the fire. Okay, so they also wear this asbestos sheets. Next, you got the acoustic and the thermal insulation. Now, what is this acoustics? See, these acoustics are the ones which are especially used in the cinema halls and cinema theaters and the big halls. You can see many a times the earthen pots being hanged in the big areas where large people gathers, where large people gathering takes place. Okay, usually where marriages takes place in the kalyan mandaps and other places, you can see this type of large the earthen pots are being placed upside down on every corner. Why? They are known to absorb the sound that is caused and do not reflect back. Okay, so even in the theater also, you can see the interior walls are made acoustic proofs because the interior sound should not go outside. Okay, and the other sound from the outside should not come inside. So that is totally, the sound should be present within the area of the audience, and also that sound should not reflect back. Okay, it should not reflect back to the audience, which means to say, if he says one time, that should not reflect and occur 2 or 3 times. Okay, so such type is called as acoustic proofing. And also the thermal insulation. Yes, thermal insulation nowadays we can see a lot of the thermal insulation equipments that are being available in the market. Thermal insulation is also being done for the houses. As I can remember, many houses are being painted with the thermal insulating paints itself, so that it will not catch any of the fire or anything like that. Okay, so it is known to resist the fire. Okay, and also heat and electricity also. Next is your condensation protection. What is this condensation protection and reinforcement? It is in the manufacture or in the process wherein the roofing is taking place. RCC, reinforced cement concrete. Okay, during the reinforced cement concrete also, what do the engineers do is they usually use this asbestos itself for the reinforcement. And also very importantly, in the manufacture of the ropes and yarns, in the manufacture of ropes. What are these ropes? Yes, these ropes are the fireproof ropes and also the yarns. Yarns means the spinning yarn that is found from the spinning threads. Okay, and also the very important application is the asbestos cement sheets. So these are the three types of the minerals which belong to the same class of the feldspars, that is feldspar, asbestos, and the kaolin. So we have finished one concept. So we are going to for the another concept also. So next concept is the carbonates. Okay. So now, what are these carbonates? The carbonates are those group of minerals which comprises of the carbonate ion, that is CO3. Two carbon atoms or the carbon atoms join with the oxygen atom to form the carbonate ion CO3. Okay. The two important carbonates that are found in the houses are the sodium carbonate and the sodium bicarbonate, NaCO3 and NaHCO3. Sodium carbonate is the one which is used as a washing soda, that is in form of your the washing powder detergents, and the ones that is used in the sodium bicarbonate, that is your, what is sodium bicarbonate? NaCO3. It is the baking soda which people usually deploy for the manufacture of breads and other things. In the manufacture of your bread, even in household day-to-day uses, you use the baking soda to bake certain products. Okay, so these are the very two important simple carbonates which we are using in day-to-day life. Okay, so these minerals, yes, in almost every day we use this carbonate. Even our human body is known to contain lot of carbon within us in the form of limestone, that is your calcium carbonate, in the form of your bones. Okay, the bones is known to carry calcium carbonate, which is a form of the limestone. And one more thing I want to tell you people is, even this limestone was used as a flooring material in the many parts of the India, and in many parts of Karnataka you can see the houses being floored with this limestone itself. Okay, in between there were small black pieces that was being deployed. Along the four corners you can see one small black piece being laid in center. Okay, all along four corners of your the limestones. A small drop of acetic acid, citric acid, vinegar, or your tartaric acid, if it drops on that place, the mark will never go very easily. The acid reaction mark will never go very easily. And also you can see the reaction taking place. Small bubbles of the reactant of the oxygen rest being liberated from the surface can be seen. Okay, so this is how carbonates are usually found in our day-to-day life also. Clear? So then these minerals are commonly formed in the sedimentary and the oxidizing environments. I have told many a times what is the sedimentation cycle. If any mineral undergoes the process of weathering, either physical weathering or chemical weathering, disintegration, transportation, and finally deposition, so such cycles are usually called as sedimentation cycles. Okay, what do you mean by oxidizing environment? See, oxidizing environments are those environments wherein the oxidization takes place, that is conversion of one atom, one element mineral to another mineral by the addition of oxygen. That process is called as a oxidization. For example, Fe2O3 is hematite. it oxidizes to form a magnetite Fe3O4 under the action of oxygen. Now, the similar Fe3O4 comes back to Fe2O3, and that process is called as reduction process. Okay, so this is the basic difference between oxidization and reduction. Oxidization means accepting the oxygen or accumulation of oxygen and converting into next mineral. Reduction means removal of a mineral of oxygen and coming back to the initial mineral. Okay, so you can see the carbonates fall into three important groups: the calcite group, the dolomite group, and the aragonite group. So these are the three important groups along which we can classify the carbonates. The copper carbonate minerals are the azurite and malachite, which are a very important economic ores of carbonates. Okay, so yes, from this azurite and malachite also many of the beautiful gemstones can be prepared, beautiful elements can be done, and also it's also a very important copper ores. Okay, so what are the very important aspects of this minerals of carbonate class? See, they are all transparent in nature. Yes, all these minerals are of carbonate class are highly transparent. They are very light colored with a white streak. Any of the mineral can take an example of any of the mineral. All of them are lightly colored with a white streak, have average to above average specific gravity, low to medium specific gravity to be very precise, and are very soft with good to perfect cleavages. You can find the cleavages very clearly. And also the very important aspect is that these minerals are soluble in acidic solutions. I repeat, these minerals are soluble in acidic solutions. All these minerals are always soluble in acidic solutions. Okay, so I think I will stop my discussion here. If you have got any questions, you can ask now. From the next class, I'm going to continue on the general physical properties of this. Is there any questions with you people? And one more important information is that students, you have to join at a exact time itself. You have to join the class at the correct time. And if you join late from next class, I think I'm not going to enter you people into the class. I'll not admit you people to the class. Is there any questions? If there's no questions. Yes, someone, Darshan has asked for a notes in the Google Classroom. Okay, I'm going to upload the notes tomorrow or day after tomorrow in the Google Classroom. No issues with that. Has everybody joined the Google Classroom? Have everybody joined the Google Classroom along with your name and your USN? So you have to be very precise. You have to join the Google Classroom with your name and your USN. Okay. So we shall continue our discussion next class. Thank you very much.